You ever find yourself just overwhelmed with everything going on in life? You got so much going on that you can't think straight, you can't focus, you don't know when the next shoe's gonna drop, what's gonna blow up next. You start feeling like you're on edge, you're gonna stress out, or you go the opposite direction and you start to crater and you start to feel really bummed, really tired all the time, and you start to feel your anxiety and your depression kicking in. Well, that's kind of where I'm at with everything that's been going on for the last few months, and I have a solution for that for me right now. I'm taking a little vacation, a mini vacation just for myself, and I'm heading off to go camping for a few days. You're going to get to take the journey with me over the next couple of days on what I'm doing, on how I'm going to recover. So let's kick this off. So it's early Thursday morning and I'm just getting started with my drive, but before I can get started on heading to the campsite, I needed to get some lunch. So it was time to get my old standby that I like to get for my road trips. I'm going to do a Chick-fil-A sandwich meal. I'll do a large fries and then a large Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I know it's not exactly part of my diet plan, but hey, I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna cheat just a little bit, as long as I don't go crazy. Now, it's time to get on the road and get this started. So as you remember, I've mentioned a couple of episodes back about maintaining my emotional intelligence, and I've done really well. I've taken very good care of myself. I've found that over the last couple of weeks, now that things have settled with my dad, and now I'm starting to get back into a routine, I've found myself kind of in this zone of I don't know what to do. I was starting to feel empty, like there was nothing to do. After you've gone through something extraordinarily, traumatic or borderline traumatic for that matter, you end up, once you get through it and you get done, you're kind of like, okay, what next? What do I do now? You have to figure out how to reset and reintegrate back into life. And I'll be honest, I've found myself the last few weeks kind of wanting to be a little bit of a recluse. I felt like I really wanted to just get out and be by myself. When the time came for me to go on this trip, I decided, you know what? Going by myself, going camping for a couple of days would just do my soul something wonderful, to be able to just escape, get away from everything, all of the pain, all of the stress, all of the challenges, and just be with nature. After about an hour, I was finally outside of the city and heading towards camp. It took me about 5 hours to get there, but I finally arrived at about 5 o'clock, and the first thing I had to do was put the tent together before the sun went down. So the wonderful thing about technology in the woods is when your battery runs out, you sometimes don't know until it's too late. So anyway, I did finish. This is the final product. It's a blackout tent, and I got myself a new cot, and I'm all set with my sleeping gear. I have my stuff there now. Next step is to work on dinner. So I have not eaten since about 11:30 this morning. It's now about 6:30. I've had a banana, but that hasn't held me very long. So this is dinner number one. I'm going to just heat up some water, and dinner number one will consist of this. figured I'd try it out. We'll see if it's any good, and go from there. And then we'll have dinner number 2 when I can get the fire up and the sun goes down a little later, and we'll be all set. The thing about camping trips is it's not a camping trip unless you over-prepare for something. Now I'm gonna try, I just stuck the stuff in, and I stuck just some regular cold water in, and we're gonna see if this thing heats up. It's supposed to heat up within 3 to 5 minutes, and as you can see, hot steam is supposed to come out that hole. Well, let's see if we get hot steam here in a minute. Hey, look, there it goes. It's actually cooking. That is really cool. I've never done anything like that before. Okay. Well, we'll let it do its cooking, and we'll see how well this stuff turns out. So the moment of truth is here. Let's see if this is any good. So I took it out of its package. It's steamed, and it's hot. It is hot. So let's find out if this is any good. They gave me some salt and pepper packets, but I'm going to try it without them and see if it tastes any good. That's surprisingly good. I've had a lot of instant camping meals before, and that actually tastes like stew from a can. We have a winner. The sun was going down, and it was time to get the fire going and get dinner number 2 started. So I pretty much spent the rest of the evening sitting around the campfire, keeping warm and just relaxing and enjoying myself. And pretty much it was time to go to bed and then get ready to start the next day. So it's day 2 of my camping trip, and I am now preparing to go on my hike. I like to go hiking when I go camping, so I am now all set with, I'll show you what I've got here. I have my map, so I've got my route planned out. I'm going to go up to Pecan Flats Trail here. I have my GPS, my phone, my GPS. I got my walking stick, and then I got my backpack. We're all packed up and ready to go. I've got my I've got another one of these instant meals in here. I got my first aid kit. I've got my water and such, and I am pretty much all set to go. So how about we get this show on the road? What do you say? Made it to the top. Not a extremely difficult hike at all, but totally worth it. This is the highest point in Inks Lake Park, and it's breathtaking. I love it. For Texas, this is not bad. This is hill country, so this is totally worth the trip. Didn't take me long to get here, but I'm a little winded. I'm gonna drink some water, sit here, enjoy the view for a while, and then I'll make my way back to camp. As I sat at the top of the hill, I realized how much I love hiking. Hiking just takes my mind off of all of my problems, and while I was on this hike, I didn't think about what happened over the last few months with my dad or all the stresses that I've been dealing with. This was a chance to forget and relax, and it worked, and I felt wonderful, even though I may have felt a little bit worn out. So I'm back from the hike. That was a good hike. So a good couple of hours, and I'm a little worn down. I'm tired. I haven't been keeping up on my water, so I got to drink some more water now. But I'm also a little hungry. I actually didn't eat my thing, my instant meal, but it's just about ready, as you can see. So I'm going to have some lunch, and then I have some astronaut ice cream for my follow-up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to clean up and probably take a nap, because I think it's well earned. So cleaned up a little bit and took a nap, and nice afternoon to go for a little bit of a walk. I love being outdoors. It's my chance to get away from the city and be alone with my thoughts and enjoy the wildlife outside. I had to sit down and take a few moments to journal about all of my experiences over the last couple of days. And then it was time to sit down and get the fire started, to get dinner ready, and I decided to do a little reading before it was time to hit the sack for the night. Well, it's been a great trip, but all good things must come to an end. Time to pack it up and go home. This time, as I took down the tent, I made sure I had a full battery in the camera. How would I say my recovery went? I think it went pretty well. I have a little sunburn, and I'll remember that for a day or two. Feel pretty relaxed. You know, anytime you go on a camping trip, you get a little sleep deprived, which is to be expected. I was able to clear my head enough to do something else, to change things up for myself, to have a different environment, completely different routine. Did it solve everything for me? No. I still feel, a little thrashed, but I feel better. The hike was great. The time I had overall was just really awesome. It's good to be able to get the clarity you need. Something I was reading in the book I was reading last night was, when you need to go get some clarity, when you need to, sit down and focus on how to make things better, sometimes you just got to get away. Sometimes you just need to be by yourself to do that. And I did that, and I could have used a little more time, but I'm missing my family. I'm missing my little boys, and missing my older kids, and missing my wife. So it's time to go home, and it's time to resume that part of my life. Recovery is so important for mental health. We have to be able to recover from all the various things that are going on in our lives: work, technology, people, food, fitness, being awake. Ben Hardy says, if you're fine being tired, stressed, and suboptimal, don't worry about recovery. Continue to focus on quantity over quality. Unless you recover, you will never truly be living. You'll always be half living, distracted, stressed, and unhealthy. For me, that means I'm always going to be thinking about when's my next opportunity to go outdoors so that I can do another recovery. I love being outdoors. This is my place to recover. And I challenge you to go find your own place to recover. If it's not the outdoors, where is it? Find your own recovery place and go by yourself. It is so important for your mental health. Thank you for joining me for this week's episode, and we'll talk to you again soon.